What is up, guys? Matt here, coming at you with another quick video. This one, super excited about these new TRX4Ms. Look, I've ran this one for just a few minutes and just got hyped beyond belief. So I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of my thoughts on these real quick and a little bit of running of this one here. I'll get to some more running of this one. But man, okay, so these are actual 1/18th, you know. If you watch my video on the new Capra, that thing's huge. Not even in the same class with these. This is what we're used to seeing when we talk about 18th scale. You know, this is an FMS right here. And I did a size comparison way back when these were announced, kind of measured them out. Told you guys these were almost the exact same. They basically are, besides this bumper here. So you can see it's true to 18 scale pretty much. One thing I do like about what FMS does here, they have a full interior inside of this. Just really adds to the scale detail of this. Traxxas, there's nothing inside of here. This top does come off, I believe. I was looking at it, it's got like 2 screws here and then some clips. So we can take this top off, but then we're stuck no interior. So maybe we'll try to see if we can fit one of these in there. One good thing here is you'll notice we've got the oil-filled shocks. This thing drives amazing. And I have a lot of fun with this, but oh my gosh, I am beyond excited about these, all right? Here's a few reasons why. If you are into 24s like I am, this drove my course like a 24. You know, a big body 24. And what I'm just gonna show you. So if you see here, this is the FCX, basically the same size. I mean, it's unbelievable. Look at that. So this is not huge. It's not way too big to drive on our indoor course. It did very well. And part of that is because this turning radius is freaking sick. Unbelievable. Okay. I think you can tell that, but it is quite a bit more turning radius than, say, stock FCX here. Way more than a stock SCX. Here is, this still has the old dog bones in it, and unbelievable the turning radius we have with this. This thing drives my course better than this. Just because, like I said, this still has the old stock SCX dog bones and stuff in it. I really need to just change these axles. But, you know, it is quite a bit bigger than, like, say this, which is more of a smaller C10 wheelbase type setup, FCX24, you can see. But even the wheelbase is not far off on length. And, you know, width, we're almost the same as well on width. So the wheelbase of this thing is like most of our FCX24s, which really has me so freaking excited. All right, so the axles are great. Look at that. They are basically, like I said, the stock size of an FCX24 axle. Let me grab one out of the pack. I'll show you guys. Here's a brand new FCX24 axle. You can see it's almost the same. Like almost the same. FCX is probably basically dead up the same, maybe a little bit wider actually. So you can see they're pretty much the same. Unreal. And with this turning radius, oh my gosh. Seriously, this thing drove my course like a 24 scale. Look at it. If you dump a 24 scale body on this, get rid of the bumpers, slam a body on here. Geez, okay. This is awesome. It feels really good. It's pretty lightweight by itself. The body, we'll maybe get into some weights here, but everything's laid out really well. Everything's pretty low, you know, for a stock chassis. The motor, even they even laid it sideways, you know, to get it down low. Battery sits pretty much in the lowest possible spot there. ESC towards the back, so you know, a little bit of weight in the rear, but it's got to be light because this thing, it doesn't feel like it has much weight to it at all. The servo setup, I'm not too sure on this. When we go trying to get massive flex, you can see it's gonna hit the shock tower here. So if you go putting tons of flex on this thing, you're gonna have some issues there. I wish maybe they had kind of just left the chassis wide up here instead of bringing it into a pinch kind of, but we can work around that. So you guys know I picked up some of these axles, right? So I'm definitely doing a custom build with a set of these axles. Now they aren't super cheap, you can see, $60 for this set. Don't even get the servo mount or the steering links or anything. So I did grab all of that. Well, actually I didn't grab the steering links. I'm gonna try to make my own, but after looking at this, I probably should have just bought theirs, but we'll see if we can make something work there. The shocks, I think we can make those work on 24s as well. They're a little big, but they won't be bad, I don't think. And so I grabbed a set of aluminum of the shocks. You know, they have lots of upgrades available for these right out of the box, right out of the gate. And I've seen a lot of people talk about the crawl of the stock motor. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that while I run this thing in a second, but I wanted to check out if I can figure out what we got here. So the good thing with these, you know, is we can switch over most of our 24 stuff, wheels and tires, all of that. The only thing I'm not big on is, for one, the bushings. That's crazy. This thing runs really smooth, but you know, obviously I feel like bearings would be the ticket. I'm not a fan at all of this stupidness. I hate Traxxas for this. You know, you can't run anything on this but this battery, and I'm gonna work on an adapter hopefully to get rid of that. I'm curious to see how much runtime I get on this. 750, that's a lot. If we could put a super small pack in here like my Palm Powers, you know, eliminate just that extra weight to really kind of make this thing perform. I will definitely do that on my custom rig. The ESC and stuff, it's okay. It's so-so. The crawling is not very good stock out of the box. And so we'll talk about that as I run the course here. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a little turning comparison here, turning radius, just so you can see this is a stock, completely stock besides the motor. It has the Holmes motor in it, but this is a stock FCX24. I'm gonna start out with it. All right, stock FCX24, cutting left. So we're gonna mark that. All right, so this is where the FCX24 landed. We're gonna do the same thing with the FCX, dual rate all the way up. Basically the same. So bigger tires, portals. I feel like the turning radius is a little better on that. Normally you can max out the turning without killing dog bones like on the FCX24. Now we're gonna do the TRX4M. All right, so now we have the TRX4M, which is technically an 18th scale. Look at that. Unbelievable. Like a whole car width better than either. So one thing you'll probably notice in the video is this thing is geared a little high. You know, I was able to do some pretty smooth crawling with it, but I really felt like the low end suffers. Sometimes it would kind of stall out on me, and I just wished it had a little more grunt behind it. I'm afraid going to the low speed crawl gears that they have, because I did pick up a set of those. I'm afraid maybe we'll lose too much wheel speed, so I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. I'm going to put like those gears in this truck maybe, leave the Defender stock, and then I also have a set of the high speed gears, so we'll test all of that. But you can see this thing drove my course here pretty dang good. Like it felt really good, and the course is very bare right now. I need more rock. I kind of just started working on that new section and robbed a lot of the rock and stuff from the old one here because I was adding some more dirt to it and just redoing everything. So it's a very basic course right now, but it's really good and fun for this thing. Just needs some more climbing. But you can see there enough wheel speed to spin up that really loose section of dirt there, and had to go do it again here. But it's really fun kind of bouncing up this a little bit, and the scale of this thing fit really well on the course. I was actually surprised. Like, I thought I could get away with running this on the course, but I thought I would feel really crammed. You know, with all of my other 18 scales, the turning radius is nowhere near as good, and you know, they just feel much bigger. They feel too big. Whereas this, you'll see here, I actually have to help it right here because I didn't hit that exactly like I should have. But I went back a little bit later and I kind of gunned it when I first made that hook to the left, and the thing bounced up that. So it made some really good crawls. I just could not believe how well this thing did and how much fun it was on the indoor course here, which is meant for 24 scale. So we can definitely put this thing to use on some of our small courses. I will definitely get it on the foam course, which is much, much tighter. We'll kind of see how it performs on there as well. But I am absolutely loving these things and cannot wait to build some custom builds with these axles. I feel like the turning radius on these are going to make some awesome custom builds. So definitely going to be getting to work on that, and overall just having a lot of fun with this thing. So definitely look for more on these. I'll try to compare, you know, this one with the Defender more, and like I said, the different gearing and that sort of thing and some of the hop-ups and stuff. But just kind of get to that as I can. Hopefully I'll get this thing outdoors soon, maybe down to the cave, and just this right here, look at this. Like, the fact that it went up that at all as like a scale looking truck really surprised me. I didn't expect it to go up that, and it made it up at really no problem. And that's where I'm talking about. I really don't want to lose that wheel speed that I used to bump up that, but I just wish the crawl was a little bit better, just a little more oomph when I'm trying to get out of some of those tough situations. I think you can kind of see it in the crawling, but man, these things are smooth and I'm absolutely loving them. I am super excited about these. Cannot wait to get more time with them. So really, everything on this truck performed really well. The tires, I was surprised. They did pretty good. And this loose stuff, this dirt, I just threw it in there yesterday. It's not packed at all, very loose. The rock is a mix of like creek rock and busted up concrete and stuff. Obviously, as I get more time with this outdoors and stuff, maybe we will need better tires. But these did pretty dang good. And I feel like the tires on the Defender are a little bit better maybe. They have a little more of a knobby on them. They're the Canyon tires. Those are pretty decent 10 scale tires once they're broke in. So I think those could be pretty good as well. These are a glue-on tire, but they're not glued. So you can pull them off and put them on some different wheels. So I will definitely probably do that after I get some stock running in with these and kind of test them out. Because they don't feel like they have a foam in them or a very, very light foam. I don't believe they have any foam at all. So maybe if we toss a little light foam in there, these could be some pretty good tires. Definitely, like I said, I think the ones on the Defender feel even better. So lots more testing to do, but guys, I am highly impressed with this one. And really the fact that it drives more like a 24 scale than an 18 to me is going to make this very appealing to a lot of people. So my first thoughts on this one, Traxxas nailed it. The price is really good for an 18 scale, in my opinion. It could have had an interior, maybe come with the lights, a few things here and there, bearings, obviously. But, man, the axles, I think they did right on those if they hold up. The turning is great. You can see this thing's crawling some amazing lines. So really excited about this one. Can't wait to see where it goes. I appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell. Lots to come. Peace.